So when it comes to cinematic FPV drones, I'd say there's two main types that beginners look for. There's the 5-inch freestyle quad, which looks like this, and is fast, nimble, and perfect for filming those high-speed chases and other action shots similar to what you might see from Johnny FPV here. And then there's the Cinelog, which has protected propellers, is safer to fly indoors and around people, and is better for smoother and slower shots like these. However, I've noticed that a lot of you guys starting out are just looking for a drone that can do it all. One that can fly indoors and outdoors, fast and slow, can carry a full-sized GoPro, and ideally can do flips and spins as well. Well, this here is the Cinelog 35, and it's sort of going for that hybrid style. It's got the protection that you'd expect on a Cinewhoop, but with bigger propellers and motors that should give it a little bit more speed and efficiency. Which sounds perfect, but how versatile is it really? And are you making any compromises by getting a drone like this instead of getting two separate ones that might be a little bit more specialized for their particular type of flight? Well, that's what I want to check out today. Also, if you guys are interested in free stuff, I will be doing a giveaway. This week, I'll be giving away these two pairs of analog goggles. And all you guys have to do to enter is follow me over on Instagram and leave a comment on my most recent post featuring these goggles. Now, you guys are gonna have 5 days to enter, but if you miss the deadline, no worries. I'll be doing more giveaways over there, so if you're following, you'll get the next one. But now, let's see how this guy flies. First, I decided to take it nice and easy and got some slow cruising shots. When it comes to these slow Cinewhoop style shots, the Cinelog handles them really well. The tune on it is amazing. It's just as good as the one that comes on its younger brother, the Cinelog 25. Overall, it's very stable in the air and it feels fantastic. I even did a lap flying it indoors around the house, and overall it felt pretty comfortable. Just like most large Cinewhoops though, it does create a decent gust of wind blowing down, which can blow it around from side to side if you're going through narrow spaces. I did find that if you fly it a little bit faster though, just like in this clip here, you should be able to get some decent shots without any struggle. It can also carry the newest GoPro, the Hero 10, without a problem. There was one thing that I didn't love in these situations though, and that was the GoPro mount that comes with it. So the camera mount you get in the package comes fixed at a 20-degree angle. And that's problematic because when I'm flying that slowly, my quad is actually flying at more of a 10-degree angle, meaning the GoPro is still pointing up a little bit. My solution to that was to mount this foam wedge onto it instead, which is usually my preferred way to mount a camera. Now, the foam wedge is also technically fixed at a 20-degree angle, but I find that with this method, once it's strapped in, it's just much easier to make adjustments to your camera angle to whatever angle you want. I do wish that the camera mount it came with was adjustable though. Now, there is one other obvious solution to this, and that's just to fly it a little bit faster. And when you speed up the Cinelog a little bit, that's where it becomes a lot of fun. In my opinion, these types of shots are where the quad really shines. As you can see, I felt really comfortable flying it through narrow areas and around cars. The prop guards definitely factor into this, but it's also so light and nimble, it just felt very natural and makes it an easy transition if you're used to a regular 5-inch freestyle drone. I should mention that for all these shots, I chose to throw a 850 milliamp battery on there, which is what made it feel very light and allowed me to take those harder turns with ease. Because the quad seemed fairly agile, I decided to try some freestyle as well. As a final test, I went to the local park to see if I could pull off some basic maneuvers, and you'll see in this clip the extent of moves that I felt comfortable doing. Now, compared to a real freestyle quad, the Cinelog 35 definitely felt a bit underpowered. When it came to pulling off a power loop or a split S, I definitely had to throttle up quite a lot to have enough momentum to throw myself over a tree. But the good thing was that it was able to pull off both of those maneuvers with very minimal prop wash. And I find that those are two moves that a lot of Cinewhoops seem to struggle with. Of course, having good throttle control is still important, but this guy handled it really well. It's definitely possible to mess around with some basic tricks, but overall, its performance in freestyle is kinda meh. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the Cinelog 35 is if you're using a lighter battery in the back, it becomes very front heavy because of the weight of the GoPro. Now, this isn't ideal because the front motors end up having to work a lot harder in order to keep it level. Now, this isn't really noticeable when you're doing regular kind of cinematic cruising, but once you start doing flips and spins, you can definitely tell that it's a little bit unbalanced. One solution to this would be to use a bigger battery in the back in order to match the weight of the GoPro, but that's still not ideal because the battery kind of sits in the middle while it should sit a little bit further back if it was to be fully balanced. Another option would be to use a naked GoPro on the front to take away some of that weight. Another thing to keep in mind is the battery connector on the drone is actually the smaller kind, an XT30, not an XT60, which means the batteries you need have to have the smaller connector, an XT30, and not the bigger connector. And most 4S and 6S batteries do have the bigger connector, so you just have to be mindful of that. Otherwise, you have to pick up a little converter like this that you can plug in and change it to an XT60. But this isn't an ideal solution as well. But now, the question that I know a lot of you guys want answered is it better than the ProTech 35? Which is a very similar drone to this guy that I previously reviewed on my channel and has been the quad that I've been using until this point. And in my opinion, the ProTech 35 falls short in three main ways. It's noisy as hell, it's also fairly heavy, and it comes with a good but not great tune, and the way mine came set up, it was also very sensitive to controller input straight out of the box. Now, the Cinelog 35 is still loud, but definitely less noisy than the ProTech. I'll give you guys a quick demonstration. I don't know if you're actually gonna be able to hear the difference, but we'll see. This is the ProTech. Okay, and this is the new Cinelog. That didn't work. All right, this guy is quieter and the sound that it makes is just a little bit more pleasant. It's also significantly lighter. I'll put both of them quickly on the scale for you. And straight out of the box, it comes with an incredible tune and is very easy to fly. Also, if you get the HD version, it comes with the Nebula Pro, which is a great camera. It's also really hard to find right now, so it's a nice touch. For the most part though, in my opinion, the Cinelog 35 does exactly the same stuff that the ProTech can, just a little bit better. I will say though, assuming you put the same sized battery on both quads, I do think the ProTech is a tiny bit faster, and also it comes with the adjustable camera mount, which is really nice. Due to their shape though, both quads will be a little bit unbalanced if you use a full-sized GoPro on the front. So, am I now gonna be abandoning my ProTech for the new Cinelog 35? Yeah, I think so. I do think I like the Cinelog better, but does that mean that if you own a ProTech, you should throw it away and now get a Cinelog as well? No, definitely not. The ProTech is still capable of so much. Just don't forget that although having good gear is very helpful, what's most important is having a good idea and putting in the work to execute it well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.